All right, welcome back to Allegheny Health Network Nightly Sports Call. Rich Walsh along with Ron Cook. We're talking about the Pirates, Young Ho Gung, what they're going to do at the trade deadline. If you want to give us a call, the lines are open. Actually, they're all closed right now, so let's get out to them. And we're going to go out to Rich in Altoona. How you doing, Rich?
Good, guys. Thanks for taking my call. Well, you know, this just shows once again the lack of intestinal fortitude on the Pirates. Ron, I agree with you wholeheartedly. It would have been a great, at least four-man solid rotation. You know, and if they trade McCutchen, I think they're just throwing in the towel. And you mentioned trades, Ron. Don't forget the one they made with Toronto. I mean, we got Drew Hutchinson. I mean, where is he even in all this? We don't hear about him at all. You gave up three pretty good players for him. I mean, it's just getting really obnoxious. You know what? You could have had Quintana before the season even started, and they didn't want him. And now the Cubs, the team they're chasing, goes and gets him. They become stronger. And another thing, yeah, they get Marte back next week, and let's say he helps them offensively and gets them to the playoffs somehow. Then you're going to lose him because he's not eligible. Then you would need that strong pitching rotation in the fall. Would you agree?
Well, yeah, but I mean, I'd sign in blood now for them to get to the playoffs and not have Marte, and so would they. I don't think Marte's going to help them enough to make the playoffs. I get the situation. If they do happen to make it, Marte won't play, but man, they got a lot of work to do. To get to the playoffs. And, you know, I mean, I think Quintana would have helped them, but not even so much this year, but next year. How about next year? Right. But you got them for 3 more years. If you are going to bring Cole and McCutchen back, okay, that's a pretty nice 2 players to have. Why wouldn't you want a pitching rotation with Quintana in it?
And then you would only have 1 starting rotation spot to worry about instead of 2 or 3.
Right.
You know what? I don't see them trading Cole. I'm totally in agreement with you.
I don't think there's more of a chance for McCutchen. But on the other hand of that, Rich, pitchers bring more back than an outfielder. Everybody wants starting pitching. Cole will bring them back more than McCutchen. But you got to factor in the contracts. McCutchen signed for 1 more year, Cole for 2. It depends on how good they think they'll be next year.
But if you trade Cole and McCutchen, then it's kind of like you're waving the white flag. I mean, what are fans going to think about that?
Well, again, attendance is way down as it is with those guys.
Yeah, you're right. You know, it's just hard to be optimistic if you trade those guys, no matter if you get the best prospects in baseball.
No, I disagree. If you get a great return, I'm okay.
What would be a great return?
McCutchen. I'm not interested in trading Cole.
Yeah.
He's got 2 years left. You know, you get a Chris Sale return that the White Sox got for him.
Then you'd be fine with it.
Then I'd be okay with it.
Okay. All right, let's go back out to the phone lines. We got John in Johnstown. How you doing, John? John, you there?
Yeah, this is John from Johnstown.
Yeah. Hey, John. Yep. What's up?
Okay, well, brother, I think it's a disgrace that they want to trade McCutchen. He's leading this team in home runs, RBIs, batting average. He plays every day. He never very seldom misses. It's a disgrace. The Galbers would have never done that, Rich. And I think it's a terrible thing they want to do, and I believe we can win this division, brother. And you and Brother Cookie have a good day.
Hey, thanks a lot, John. I appreciate it.
I don't like this team's chances of winning the division. I don't care what they do at the trade deadline. And I don't even know that they want them to trade McCutchen. Neil Huntington has said we're really not looking to do that, but we'll listen for anybody. And I think that's only prudent business to listen to anybody. You know, the risk is McCutchen's only signed for 1 more year. And if you don't do a long-term deal with him, you risk letting him walk away like Russell Martin did and not get anything in return. It's a tough call. I don't envy Neil Huntington's position.
A long-term deal with McCutchen, and I would like to see the Pirates keep him, but he's going to ask upwards of $20 million a year for a 5-year deal at least, right? Minimum.
Now he's going to be 35, 36, 36, whatever he is. It's a big risk for the Pirates, and I don't think they're going to do it.
Yeah, I don't think so either. All right, back out to the phone lines. Let's go out to Jim in Connellsville. How you doing, Jim?
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking my call.
Thanks for coming on. What's up?
Yeah, I got 2 things. First thing is, we all know that how miserable it's been for the Pittsburgh Pirates this year with middle relief pitching. My first question is, do you think A.J. Schugel is going to be the middle relief pitcher throughout the remainder of the season?
I think that's pretty well down their list of priorities here. I'm more worried about the back end of the bullpen. Daniel Hudson, they gave $11 million last year. 2 years, that's a big investment for them. Not for other teams, but for them. He's been a major disappointment. Obviously, Tony Watson has been bad. The whole bullpen has been bad other than Felipe Rivero.
That's $11 million, Hudson and Watson together combined. That's a lot of money for two guys that haven't really done anything.
I thought going into this season, and how wrong was I? I'm always wrong. I thought their bullpen would be the best part of the team. Rich, I remember saying you get 6 innings, you have a lead, you're going to win the game. Well, now it's basically become you got to get to the 9th inning to win the game. Rivero is really good. The other guys have let him down.
You think change of scenery for Watson might help? And they probably just want to get him off the books now.
I'm still a Tony Watson. And his contract expires. I would look to trade him. I would look to trade Jaso. I would look to trade, Nicasio. His contract is up. And I think all 3 of those guys might get you something back, although I'm a bigger Tony fan than most people are these days. I have no problem getting rid of those guys trying to add back for them. Because they're gone after the year.
You have to have a strong mental makeup to be a back-end bullpen kind of guy.
I thought Tony would.
I did too.
He was great in the 8th inning, and now he failed as a closer, and now he's even struggling in the 8th inning.
All right, back out to the phone lines. Let's go out to John. How you doing, John, in Banksville?
Good, gentlemen. How are you doing today?
Thanks for calling.
Sure. I want to change the subject, and with Mr. Cook, I couldn't get through the other night regarding the Kessel rumors. I heard and read about Mr. Cook's interview with Rutherford today, who indicated he really had no interest in trading him. And on the internet tonight, they said the rumors were heating up. So you really have no, you really don't know what's going to happen until it happens or doesn't happen.
Right.
My question is this, for Mr. Cook mainly. I didn't realize that Kessel was such a head case, even a happy head case here in Pittsburgh, and driving Sullivan nuts. My question is, since he and Talkett got along so well, would it be feasible with that contract maybe to trade him to Arizona? And if so, do they have, I don't know their roster too good, do they have any good players that would be a decent return for him?
I don't think because he got along with Talkett necessarily, Talkett's going to want him in Arizona. His contract is crippling. I mean, it's $8 million a year for the next 5 years. Now, Toronto's picking up $1.2 million, so the cap hit's only $6.8. If he doesn't score a lot of goals or set up goals, he's not going to help you much. I've been told by 1, 2, 3, 4 people that they're not happy with how he played last year, and then also in the playoffs after he scored maybe the 2nd biggest goal of all. I think Kunitz's goal in Game 7 against Ottawa was the biggest goal of the playoffs. But Kessel scored in Game 2. They're down 0-1 to Ottawa at home, and he scored in the 3rd period, and they win 1-0. But he only had 2 goals in the next 11 games, and I don't think they think that's good enough. I don't think they really like his work ethic, but I also don't think they're real optimistic about being able to trade him because of that contract. And he also has a limited no trade. Tough situation. I don't think he's going to be moved, but if he's not moved, it's not going to be because he's untouchable. I don't buy that for
I think there's one guy that's untouchable on that team.
Sidney Crosby.
Sidney Crosby, and that would be...
Well, I think Malkin's pretty and Letang are pretty untouchable, too.
All right, well, we got to take a break. Back with more of your phone calls and maybe some of your tweets coming up next. Stay right there.